Morning, everybody. Welcome to Des and Lauren. Today, we are speaking about something that should make you very, very concerned about your future. Something that has been in the pipeline globally for many, many, many years, but it's becoming more and more prominent in the news these days.
We live in Cape Town, and in Cape Town, we had the first smart city built within Africa. Century City is a huge development, and within the bounds of that city that's completely ring-fenced with access control points, the people that own that city, that piece of land, the shopping center and everything else, can literally fully control your life, what you may and may not do at any given point in time. And many people that have lived inside the smart city system, the first one in Africa, Century City, have said that they have been told how to walk, when they can exit their flats that they live in or the homes that they live in during the pandemic. So there was literally enforcement happening within the bounds. And this is not the police or anything like that.
It's private companies. And a resident recently informed us that they will be the first, Century City will be the first smart city in the entire African continent to implement real-time facial recognition surveillance in their residential areas to combat crime. That's the excuse that they're using. I'd love to know in the comments, how do you feel about that? Do you feel safer walking the streets with real-time facial recognition surveillance, or do you feel like it's a threat to your individual freedom? I'd love to know what you think in the comments.
And they'll be spending many millions of rands to install cameras all over that Century City complex to be able to do this. So it'll be like China, in mainland China, where there's some cities that are already completely fifth generation enabled, where all the cameras, the microphones that are put all over the streets can pick up what you are saying. You can literally walk and talk and order a pizza and a guy will stop next to you because you are being tracked wherever you're walking. A lot of people might think this is extremely convenient. However,
some people might think it's an advanced society, but I just see it as a foot in the door of having a social credit scoring system where you can't move if you're not fully worshipping at the feet of government.
Well, our government has spoken about credit scoring systems. I know in the Western Cape, the Democratic Alliance, many people have spoken about that. They have meetings where they discuss things like this. You're just not conveniently invited.
So let's get into what a smart city is, and we'll share the link below. It's very important that you study this if you're not aware of what a smart city is. You can go to techtarget.com. We'll put the link in the description. Smart city. A smart city is a municipality that uses information and communication technologies to increase operational efficiency, share information with the public, and improve both the quality of government services and citizen welfare. And then you'll see in municipalities, while the municipality itself is not 100% a smart city, developments are going up that are naturally in line with the smart city philosophy, because it is indeed a philosophy.
So it could just be a small little complex or whatever the case may be. And we have many testers around the country at the moment. Val de Vie in the Paarl area is one of those, where you have biometric access control and facial recognition already built in.
While the exact definition varies, the overarching mission of a smart city is to optimize city functions and drive economic growth while improving quality of life for its citizens using smart technology and data analysis. Value is given to the smart city based on what they choose to do with the technology, not just how much technology they may have. So you're going to see throughout this article a huge focus is technology and technological companies specifically working with government. Several major characteristics are used to determine a city's smartness. These characteristics include a technology-based infrastructure. And that will even trickle down to your devices, your smart devices, your fridge that connects to your smartphone and all that nonsense
your
that we're seeing.
microwave, the fridge that won't open if they see you're obese.
It'll get there one day. Environmental initiatives.
No, they are already there.
Yeah. I mean mainstream. Environmental initiatives, a high-functioning public transportation system.
Which everyone will welcome right now.
We could have had that all along, and that's what I tried to emphasize with the previous video we spoke about. We could have had a functioning railway system, but now if government fails and you put in place a smart city, so it's not just a transportation system, it's a surveillance system too. A confident sense of urban planning, humans to live and work within the city and utilize its resources. And that's where it gets...
So it's a big dystopian prison, basically. And this is where the problem comes in for me, is the choice part.
Yeah. Well, this is the problem. Global organizations such as the UN look at statistics, just like our government looks at statistics. They don't see the human being individual. They just see problems needing to be solved. And so then we're no different.
ID numbers, lots of ID numbers.
We're no different to sheep or cattle being farmed at all. We're no different to rats being farmed or being experimented on in a lab. That's what we are. A smart city's success depends on its ability to form a strong relationship between the government, including its bureaucracy and regulations, and the private sector. This relationship is necessary because most of the work that is done to create and maintain a digital data-driven environment occurs outside of the government. Surveillance equipment for busy streets could include sensors from one company, cameras from another, and a server from yet another.
This is where the problem comes in South Africa, where you have a communist, socialist mindset government.
Absolutely.
They will want to do all of this themselves and control it themselves.
Okay, so you have two ways this can go, two paths we can walk down here. A communist mindset-led government where they will control everything, including...
China is a good example of that.
Yes, so they will be outsourcing within for the needs for the smart city. But then you also have the other extreme where you're going to see government absolutely dwindling in power, dwindling in authority, and corporations will be at the forefront of making decisions for citizens and not government, which is going to be what Noah Yuval Harari called, he wrote 21 Lessons to the 21st Century, a digital dictatorship. So it doesn't matter which side of the political compass your leaders are on.
It'll become irrelevant.
We're going to head into a digital dictatorship. And he, who has been the advisor for Klaus Schwab, is extremely concerned about people using this technology to thrust the world into a global digital dictatorship.
Well, politics will cease to matter at the end of the day, and you will just have AI making decisions for people, and cities are being built like the line in Saudi Arabia, where AI will make all decisions, the layout for the line, how people will live, what businesses may go where, etc.
And just to, if you think you're immune to this, how many days can you go by without Googling something? How many times have you inserted something into ChatGPT? How welcoming will you be of this new system, even though you think you value freedom of the individual?
The biggest problem is that the global elites that want this type of control so that they can carry on with their lives, because they won't have to live inside these smart city systems. They are concerned that people will rally up outside of these smart cities and literally try and free the people inside. And so no one will be left alone, and I have to really emphasize that. The plan is for every person eventually to either be dead or to be inside the smart city system, and no one will be left out. Nobody, according to these plans. But obviously we are fighting these plans as much as we can.
Here's a part of the article you really need to listen carefully to. Additionally, independent contractors may be hired to analyze the data, which is then reported back to the city government.
Well, this is already starting to happen in our country.
This just reminds me of like digital mercenaries.
Yeah, well,
basically.
This is already happening, not just in our country, South Africa, but also within the Western Cape, because the Democratic Alliance is fully aligned with these agendas.
Very much so.
And so they are already passing laws where even a security company can gain access to your car, your home, and many other things for information. So this is already in their mindset, and the Premier of the province, the Mayor, they will all enable things to make this happen.
Let's not forget, in the city of Cape Town, it's always these bylaws at local level always start in the city of Cape Town. They try to pass a law that would allow anyone that was given authority by the city, not just a law enforcement officer, but anyone given authority by the city, to search your property, your person, your car, your home without a warrant. That's what they wanted to try to achieve.
This is a digital version of that, so It's just a precursor.
Yes.
And then the fact that they bought so many drones,
Yes, and we'll buy
and
more.
want to train the drone operators to fly around to police you.
Remember the French loan that the City of Cape Town has taken out? A lot is going to go towards surveillance. This company could be part of the system if the solution requires regular updating and management. Therefore, Smart City success becomes more focused on building positive relationships than on completing a single project. Nothing in here makes provision for individual rights, for organic living, for living a different way. It's only going to be serving the state and nothing else. Smart city technology. Smart cities use a combination of Internet of Things devices, software solutions, user interfaces, and communication networks.
You must have heard of the Internet of Things. I've already spoken about this. When we get to 6th generation technology, the precursor to 7th and 8th generation technology. With 6th generation, we'll have what is called the Internet of Things, where everything digital or electronic is connected. Your toaster, your microwave, your fridge, your clock, your heater, everything. In other words, how you consume energy, everything you do in your home, you will have devices in every room in your house listening to you in real time, also watching you on camera. There will be no privacy. And when people say, but this is impossible, we just won't allow it, what you need to understand is this is a global plan. And this is part of Agenda 21 of the United Nations, as well as Agenda 2030. These are the consequences. And a lot of people will say, but I've read Agenda 21, I've read Agenda 2030, and it sounds marvelous. They want to save the world, they want to save the environment. It is all...
It's population control.
There you go.
So, smart city technology, however, they rely first and foremost on the Internet of Things. The Internet of Things is a network of connected devices, such as vehicles, sensors, or home appliances. They can communicate and exchange data. Data collected and delivered by the IoT sensors and devices is stored in the cloud or on servers. The connection of these devices and the use of data analytics facilitates the convergence of the physical and digital city elements. There are more than enough real documentaries out there with experts in these industries explaining the dangers on individual freedom. So I'll leave it up to you to go.
The one thing that loses out is freedom completely, because here it says within all the city elements everything is connected, thus improving both public and private sector efficiency. Enabling economic benefits and improving citizens' lives. Well, the economic side, they are actually lying here, because there won't be an economy the way we understand it now, where there's a freedom for you to be a part of the economy. Everything will be chosen, and we will do a part 2 and probably a part 3 on this article. So you can digest the first part of what we've discussed with regards to the smart city system. Later we'll be talking about cities that have already developed to certain levels.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
And also the history of smart cities, we'll cover that. We'll cover why people think we need smart cities. We'll cover the challenges, smart city challenges and concerns, as well as how they actually work internally. Looking forward to that. If I don't think it's a good thing to panic, but if anything's going to make you panic, it should be this.
It should be, absolutely.
It's an absolute threat to freedom as we know it, families as we know it. And
I don't think people should panic. I think they should change how they do things and do things. Yeah.
And it'll change human life as we know it. It's actually a threat to our humanity. And as we do more videos on smart cities, hopefully you'll get to see clearly how the direction in which governments are going and corporations is a threat to humanity. And if it's a threat to humanity, we need to fight it at all costs.
Thank you so much for watching with us, and please, we need you to share this content. We need you to like this video. We need you to share it with your friends and family. Talk to them about it. When you have a get-together, speak to people about these things that you are learning on this channel. We will be covering everything related to your freedom being removed, and show you and bring you the evidence.
Absolutely. I mean, just talking to other people about the threat of global tyranny, just having that in your conversation is doing a profound work towards freeing us from the clutches of these global orders. Thank you so much for watching. Please put in the comments how you feel about these infringes on your freedom, or do you perhaps welcome it? We'd love to hear alternative views.